Hi everyone, I was reading the comments of my videos yesterday and I saw this, it caught my eye. It's from Hope This Works 1212, thanks for your comment my friend. It said, my heart was gladdened today after reading the many comments on the Channel 4 news item about, quote, world police blaming Iran for the Saudi attacks. I really thought we had got to the point where people had ceased to think critically, but apparently not. Perhaps the amount of lying has reduced critical mass. Just subscribe. Keep up the good work. Thanks very much, Hope This Work. And then there's a link to the Channel 4, the Channel 4 article. I'm going to play this, just the first couple of minutes. It's 8 minutes long, this video is. So I'm just going to play the first couple of minutes and stop it and start it. Comment. Just listen to this.
The billowing smoke is 5% of the world's oil supplies being disrupted. Half of Saudi Arabia's crude production has been halted in the largest attack on its oil infrastructure since the first Gulf War.
So this is terrible. Terrible. What's happened to Saudi Arabia's oil? It's terrible.
The attack on the processing plant in Abqaiq and the Khurais oil field took place on Saturday. But the reverberations were felt globally today with a spike in oil prices.
So, spike in oil prices, that's gone up as well.
The biggest move in the market since records began in the early 1970s. That move has now died down by around 10%. But generally speaking, the Brent crude price moved to $70. Huge moves. We have never seen anything like this on record.
And this is all because of this explosion on the Saudi oil facility, okay? Now they mention the Houthis.
Yemen's Houthi rebels have claimed responsibility for the drone attacks.
Yemen's Houthi rebels have claimed responsibility for the drone attacks. They have. They've claimed responsibility. Okay? I'll get onto that in a minute. And the reason this has happened is primarily because of a war that the Saudis are doing on Yemen, with us backing the US and the UK. But in the entire 8-minute segment, apart from one comment, I think about the 6 or 7 minute mark, the only time they mention Houthis or Yemen in the whole segment, honestly, they hardly mention it.
Saying they hit Saudi in retaliation for the 5-year blockade of Yemen. The US has
5-year blockade of Yemen. They don't mention, for instance, that Yemen is in the grip of the largest humanitarian crisis on the planet as a result of what Saudi Arabia has done to them for the last 5 years with the backing of the United States and the United Kingdom. They don't mention that. They don't mention that there's been an outbreak of cholera, the largest outbreak of cholera ever seen in the history of the planet, the world, us. In 2018 or 2017, largest outbreak of cholera on the planet because of dirty water. And the Saudis then bomb the water treatment facilities and the cholera treatment facility. They don't mention that. They don't mention that the Saudis have been crippling this country for 5 years. They don't mention that half the country is starving as a result of what Saudi Arabia has done. It's just, this happened, it's terrible, it's all Iran's fault. I'm not kidding you. I'll let it play out.
Satellite images blaming Iran. They say these show targets being hit precisely and claim that they couldn't be hit at an angle from Yemen.
Couldn't be Yemen. Couldn't be Yemen, they claim.
But several military experts say it's not possible to be that definitive.
But several, or if you listen to it, it was Iran.
The United States wholeheartedly condemns Iran's attack on the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
Says Rick Perry, US Energy Secretary. Do you know what his job was before he was US Energy Secretary? Do you know what he was doing? Dancing like an idiot on Dancing with the Stars. That's what he was doing when Donald Trump was getting elected, and now he's Energy Secretary.
And we call on other nations to do the same. This behavior is unacceptable. It's unacceptable, and they must be held responsible.
Just days ago, there were reports President Trump was considering easing sanctions on Iran to try and facilitate a meeting at the UN General Assembly. This attack will re-escalate tensions. Mr. Trump initially reacted saying that the US know the culprit and are locked and loaded, but couched it by not naming Iran and saying he was...
So he said we're locked and loaded, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Go and bomb them then if you're locked and loaded. What are you doing?
Waiting for verification. He added that there was plenty of oil. Today, though he hinted at Iran being responsible, he seemed cautious, pointing out, "We don't need Middle Eastern oil and gas, but we'll help our allies." For its part, Iran has denied being involved, saying the US is making blind accusations. President Rouhani was at a Syria summit in Turkey alongside Presidents Erdogan and Putin, with Russia calling on all countries not to make hasty steps or conclusions over the Saudi attack. Though the full scale of the damage isn't yet known, Saudi oil production is likely to be crippled for weeks. But the fear is the stability of the region may be even more wounded.
Oh, those poor head-chopping Saudis, eh? Those poor head-chopping Saudis who chopped up a journalist not long ago in a Turkish embassy. Remember that? Chopped up a Washington Post journalist. Now Trump is saying, we're waiting to see what Saudis say. What? The reason why I am highlighting this is because of that comment that was made by I Hope This Works. And I literally the night before I'd watched Jimmy Dore do this with a CNN video. I thought, you know what, I'll do the video. Look at the comments underneath this video. Again, these are unbroken. Unbroken, I'm not cherry picking them. These are just one after another. Nobody believes you anymore. What next? Iran ate my homework. They've been frothing at the mouth and have a war with Iran for years now. We lie, we cheat, we steal, and we expect the world to believe us no matter what we say. Milli Vanilli would blame it on Iran. If Mike Pompeo stubbed his toe, he'd blame it on Iran. My spidey bullshit senses are tingling. USA is playing the guessing game on who is behind all these drone attacks. They all these satellites and all these spying instruments and do not have any pictures where these drones came from. It appears another WMD game. And they're calling the media out on this bullshit. The media, as you just saw, all they care about is just, hey, should we bomb Iran or not? Iran did it, so should we bomb them? Not, hold on a minute. If you want to stop all these attacks, maybe stop the war in Yemen. Is any of them saying that? No. Nobody in this interview said it the whole time. If you want to stop the attacks in Saudi, if you want the region to calm down, if you want an end to this war, end the war in Yemen. People know it. People know it's bullshit. Like, we lie, we cheat and steal. Pompeo is asking us to believe it this time. It goes on and on and on. It's brilliant, this is. Nobody is fooled by it. We all know what they're trying to do. All of us know that they're trying to manufacture consent for war again. And our media just go along with it. The people, it seems, know that it's bullshit. What I suggest we do, and I'm going to start doing this, I don't care, especially on Channel 4 and corporate, I'm going to start going in, introducing myself and saying, you know what, there is some media out there, so let's go and over to these people and comment and reply to them and say, you know what, guys, I agree with you totally. If you want the truth, go to independent journalists like, Jimmy Dore or Carl Klinsky in America, or over here, you've got, go to George Galloway or go to myself, the people who are going to tell the truth. Show them where the truth can be found. They know this is bullshit, look. They know it. Go and tell them. They're making it harder and harder for us to connect on social media, which is incredible. Social media was all about connecting people, and now they're trying to stop us connecting with it. So let's go out and manually connect with these people who know that what the Channel 4 are doing and what our corporate media are doing is manufacturing consent for war. Tell them where to go for the truth, because they're constricting and they're strangling and they're trying to stop our message get out, our message of truth get out. So let's go to them. Now I'm going to start doing it as well. What do you think? Thanks very much for watching. Please make sure you're subscribed. Click the bell so you get a notification of when I drop further videos, and click through to the website as well so you can find ways you can support me. I can't do this without your support. I really do appreciate watching, everybody. Peace. Take care.